Oakland Civic Hall was completely full. Soft, golden lights covered the wide theater ceiling. Rows of expensive leather seats stretched from the stage to the back wall. 600 wealthy guests sat quietly. Many wore dark suits, shining watches, and diamond jewelry. More than 1 million people were watching live online. The event was trending across social media. At the center of the stage stood Daniel Whitmore, a white billionaire singer, a global star, a man who owned record labels, streaming contracts, and private jets. He was known as the voice of a generation. Tonight was his charity gala. Cameras surrounded him. Sponsors watched carefully. Daniel lifted his finger slowly. He scanned the back rows. Then he pointed. "You, the girl in the back row, stand up. Come here. Now." Every conversation stopped. Every head turned. A small black girl stood near the last row. Her name was Amara. She was only 11 years old. She wore a simple white blouse from a discount store. The fabric was thin. The buttons were plain. Her shoes were old but clean. Her hands began to shake. Her throat felt dry. "I'm sorry, sir," she whispered softly. Daniel stepped off the stage. He walked straight toward her. He grabbed her wrist firmly. He pulled her forward. People raised their phones. Camera lights flashed. Daniel dragged Amara into the bright spotlight. "Let's see if you can really sing," he said into the microphone, "or if you are just wasting space." Some people laughed quietly. Others felt uncomfortable. Daniel leaned close to Amara's ear. His voice dropped into a whisper. "Don't embarrass me." Amara lived in East Oakland. She shared a small apartment with her mother and 2 little brothers. Their home was quiet and crowded at the same time. The heater only worked in one room. The walls were thin. Her mother worked long night shifts at a hospital. She came home tired. She slept during the day. Amara cooked simple meals. She boiled noodles. She made sandwiches. She washed dishes. She helped her brothers with homework. She tied their shoes in the morning. At night, she closed her bedroom door and sang quietly. She did not want to wake her family. She sang at church every Sunday. She stood in the second row of the choir. She also sang at Hope Elementary School. Her music teacher once told her mother, "Your daughter has perfect pitch. She hears notes that most people cannot hear." Her mother smiled proudly. But lessons cost money they did not have, so Amara practiced alone. One afternoon, Hope Elementary received a letter. It came in a large white envelope. The choir had been selected to perform at the Daniel Whitmore Charity Gala. 20 students would sing as background singers. It would be live on television. It would be watched by millions. The school exploded with excitement. Teachers clapped, students cheered. Amara's mother bought her a white blouse from a discount store. She kept the receipt, just in case they needed to return it. During sound check, Amara stood quietly near the side of the stage. She watched Daniel rehearse his famous song, Higher Light. His voice sounded strong, smooth, expensive. But when he reached the highest note, something went wrong. His voice cracked. He stopped singing. The band paused. A sound engineer touched the control board. The music changed. Suddenly, the high note sounded perfect. Too perfect. Amara listened carefully. That sound did not come from Daniel's throat. It came from the speakers. She felt confused. She said nothing. Now she stood under the bright stage lights. The band started to play. Daniel smiled for the audience. "Sing, Amara," he said warmly. Then he leaned closer and whispered, "Fail quietly." Her stomach tightened. Amara swallowed hard. "Mr. Whitmore," she said softly, "can you please turn off the backing track?" The hall went completely silent. Daniel froze. "That is part of the arrangement," he replied quickly. "But you sang without it during sound check," Amara said. A nervous murmur rolled through the crowd. Amara lifted her eyes. "Please sing it first," she said. so I can learn from you." Silence filled the theater. Daniel forced a smile. "Fine." He turned sharply to the sound engineer. "Turn it off." The music became thin and empty. Daniel began to sing. At first his voice was strong. Then he reached for the high note. It broke. The sound cracked through the hall. People gasped. Amara spoke quietly into the microphone. "That is not the real note." The hall froze. 600 people stopped breathing. More than 1,000,000 viewers stared at their screens. Daniel Whitmore smiled, but his eyes were hard. "My voice is tired," he said. "That is why we use tracks." Amara looked up at him. "You did not sing that note," she said calmly. A few people in the audience began whispering. Phones started to rise. "I have perfect pitch," Amara continued. "I can hear frequencies." She pointed to the speakers. "The note on your album is C6. What you just sang was lower." A woman in the front row gasped. Daniel's jaw tightened. "You are embarrassing yourself," he said. Amara did not look away. "You have been using someone else's voice." The room exploded with murmurs. It was almost midnight when someone knocked. Amara and her mother froze. A white man in a dark suit stood in the hallway. "I represent Daniel Whitmore," he said. "My name is Robert Hale." He smiled without warmth. Robert placed papers on the table. "If Amara signs this," he said calmly, "everything goes away." The paper said she must apologize. It said she must admit she lied. In return, Daniel would pay her $50,000. Amara stared at the paper. That money could change their lives. "If she does not sign," Robert continued, "Daniel will sue your family. He will sue the school. You will lose everything." Silence filled the room. Amara felt her heart race. She pushed the paper away. "I did not lie," she said quietly, "so I will not sign." Robert's smile vanished. "Then we will see you in court." He left. The next morning was worse. Strangers posted photos of Amara's home. People called her family liars. Her mother received threatening calls. Reporters waited outside their building. Her brothers were afraid to leave the house. Then a woman appeared online. Her name was Sophia Gray. She was a black session singer. "That note is my voice," Sophia said in a video. "I sang it, not Daniel." She held up contracts. Proof. The internet changed sides. A lawyer volunteered to help Amara. "For free," she said. "We will countersue Daniel for fraud." Other singers came forward. Daniel's empire began to crack. In court, the judge looked at Daniel. "Can you sing the note right now?" Daniel froze. He could not. The judge slammed her gavel. "Case dismissed." Daniel lost sponsors. His tours were canceled. Amara returned to school. Strangers donated to her school's music program. She recorded her first song. It went viral. Her voice became hope. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because here at Connor Stories, we share powerful stories that remind us why truth, courage, and kindness still matter. See you in the next story.